Bleach's Fullbring arc is underappreciated. I'm pretty sure the Lost Agent arc is the least popular arc for Bleach fans, and I used to feel the same way. But after rereading it, there's a lot of good stuff that I didn't give credit to, so I want to give this arc its flowers. The first thing that stands out is the fact that this arc stripped away Ichigo's powers. That's such a unique and fascinating concept that is executed so well. What would the protagonist do if he lost his powers? Ichigo goes back to his normal life, while his family and friends still deal with ghosts. Initially, he said he prefers not being able to see ghosts, but when Uryu gets injured, he tries to get his powers back, and when he's training his Fullbring, he says that he's always been proud of his shinigami powers. Ichigo was grieving, and he was in the stage of denial. I mentioned it with Yusuke and Bakugo before, but putting a character through one of the 5 stages of grief really humanizes them. If I had powers and suddenly lost them, I'd be depressed too. The story arc really dives into Ichigo's psyche and his regular life. I feel like this arc develops Ichigo more than any other arc in Bleach. I also love how the new character Ikumi serves as a mother figure for Ichigo since his mom passed. This arc is also a mystery arc, and I love Kupo for trying something new. Before this, most Bleach arcs, and even sub-arcs, followed 2 formulas, a rescue arc or an invasion arc. But finally, Kupo said, "Let me chill on the fights and write a compelling story without them." It always impresses me when a battle manga is able to write a solid story without relying too heavily on battles. This is reminiscent of early Yu Yu Hakusho. This mystery is so clean. Uryu gets attacked, then Orihime, then Chad. The mystery is who did it, and is slowly revealed to be Tsukishima, the former execution leader. But his blade didn't hurt Orihime or Chad, so why was Uryu bleeding? I like the way the characters piece together information, but I kinda wish Ichigo was in on the process. Either way, I was fully invested despite having already seen this arc. The foreshadowing of Tsukishima's abilities and the inconsistency of Uryu's injury were great clues. The way the mood and setting is initially pitched is that the shinigami are suspicious and the Fullbringers are here to help. Urahara, Kisuke, and Rukia are shown scheming in secret, and we don't know what they're up to. Meanwhile, Ginjo makes them seem suspicious while giving Ichigo an opportunity to regain his powers. Speaking of him, I love Ginjo so much. He's not only charismatic, but he's a master gaslighter and manipulator, and a big part of why this arc is brilliant. Kubo makes it so hard to know whose side he's on. Not only does Ichigo struggle in trusting him, but Kubo's always drawing him in such menacing and villainous ways. But then he also helps out Ichigo a lot, and Chad knows him. He fights off Tsukishima and helps Ichigo get stronger. Ginjo seems to show his true colors during training, but it was all an act to bring out Ichigo's powers. This takes suspicion off of him. All of this makes me think there's no way he could be the villain. He also tells great lies by twisting the truth. Examples would be the deputy badge and Uryu's attacker. Ginjo showed that he had a deputy badge, but he lied about where he got it. He also lied to Chad about how Tsukishima's abilities worked by using the logic that Uryu bled. The way he functioned as Ichigo's older brother made his betrayal really sting. I really love the poetry of Ichigo wanting to gain his powers and Execution wanting to get rid of their powers, making their alliance a perfect fit, even if it turned out to be a lie. It was very poetic. I like Ichigo's dynamic with his 3 main friends. We get to see how much their friendship has developed. Orihime's assertiveness and competence when she was healing and protecting Ichigo was great to see, and a moment I don't see get enough praise. The concept of Tsukishima turning all of Ichigo's friends and family against him is such an epic idea. So epic that Boruto had to copy it. It really adds to the motif of paranoia that's been present throughout the arc. Ichigo doesn't know who to trust. Both the Shinigami and Fullbringers are suspicious. His ability was such a unique way to mess with the protagonist. I don't see a lot of villains who try to mentally break the hero, and this was done exceptionally well. Ginjo being Ichigo's last hope, once again, strengthens his reliability, but the plot twist is epic. Ginjo was working with Tsukishima all along, and had his memories erased to make his acting more convincing. The whole plan was to steal Ichigo's powers. Additionally, Uryu was bleeding because Ginjo attacked him too. The plot twist was phenomenal, and it was followed by another plot twist. The Shinigami had worked together to create a sword that could give Ichigo his powers back. This is mind-blowing. Initially, the Fullbringer seemed reliable, and the Shinigami seemed suspicious, but in reality, it was the complete opposite. I remember I once thought that it would be better if there was actually something evil about the Shinigami, but that wouldn't make sense. Ichigo would have been working with the villains for the past arcs, despite all of them constantly doing heroic things. It makes way more sense for the Shinigami to be on the side of the man who sacrificed his powers to save them and the world. Great bait and switch. The scene where Uryu solves the mystery in 458 was epic. It seems like he's also being controlled when he aims at Ichigo, but then he reveals that Ginjo attacked him. Ginjo changing from Ichigo to Kurosaki is great attention to detail. It reminds me of Ishin and Kon. I used to complain about Ichigo crying and breaking down, but 1, it lasted for 5 pages before he had his epic return as a Shinigami, and 2, it makes complete sense in context. His whole family thought this villain was close to their family, and his friends actually fought to protect him. Ichigo's comeback along with the Shinigami was so clean. Him getting stabbed by Rukia's sword is a nice callback to chapter 1, and the Shinigami all working together to restore Ichigo's powers is heartwarming. Ichigo is just in the zone after this, and is stronger than ever. It's such a satisfying return to form after he's been without Shinigami powers for the entire arc. I love it. I won't lie, most of the fights are pretty boring here. Except for Byakuya's fight, the Shinigami just wash the Fullbringers in combat. The good fights aren't completely necessary when the story's already this good. I do wish the Karakura gang contributed more since they were present for most of the arc. It feels like such a waste to have 2 of them knocked out and 1 of them sidelined. Those are Ichigo's closest friends, so in an arc where he doesn't know who to trust, they should have been there for him in the end. Additionally, Kubo said that this was supposed to be Chad's arc, so he should have done more in the plot and had a major fight. This is also the first time Ichigo willingly kills someone. Earlier, Ginjo asked if he'd be able to kill Tsukishima to save his friends. Now, Ichigo shows that he has the capacity to kill, which will come back in his fight against Yuha. This arc had so many great areas that I never appreciated enough. It's also short and straight to the point. It doesn't waste any time and it deserves more love. Thank you for watching. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, and help me revolutionize the manga industry by buying my manga and spreading the word. All important links will be in the description.